Good Sunday afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Michelle Morgan. Things are turning chilly rather quickly across the region, all thanks to a cold front. Yesterday, we had freeze watches in effect. Now we have warnings in effect where many locations are expected to fall below freezing. And you can see here on your screen, county by county, pretty much everyone under that freeze warning, except Brevard County, which we do expect to stay above freezing. But nonetheless, it is still going to be very cold tonight, and that chilly weather will stick with us tomorrow morning. Also, tracking a wind advisory that will remain in effect through 4 p.m. today for Volusia, as well as Lake Marion, Seminole, and Osceola counties, where we'll continue to see breezy conditions lasting through that time frame. Now, as we take a look at the setup here, that cold front is now exiting the region. You can see behind that cold front an area of low pressure associated with it. All that moisture is getting pulled northward. Parts of northern Florida earlier this morning saw some light snow. I got some pictures in from our viewers seeing a nice dusting in their area over parts of Pensacola. Destin saw some light snow earlier this morning, but it looks like that snow activity has wrapped up and that moisture is continuing to move to the north. Temperatures are at 50 degrees in many locations, 50 in Daytona Beach, New Smyrna Beach, 55 in Titusville, 49 in Ocala and DeLand, 48 in the Villages, and 50 in Claremont, Leesburg, 55 in Kissimmee, 57 in Melbourne, and temperatures will continue to plummet as we go in through tonight. Now, I do want to show you your winds. Still getting wind gust readings of 33 miles per hour in Cocoa Beach, 32 miles per hour in Melbourne and Mico. But notice behind that front, winds aren't as strong. So the winds will continue to die down as we go through tonight. Your forecast for the rest of the evening here, temperatures are expected to fall around 49 degrees around 6, 46 around 8, and then 44 around 10. And it will continue to get colder as we go through tonight. So if you do have any Sunday evening plans, just make sure you are bundling up. So you can see here on your screen behind that cold front, things are going to continue to cool down. We already saw our highs for today earlier this afternoon where temperatures were in the 60s and 70s in a few locations, but I just showed you the current temperatures, so things are cooling down rather fast. And here are your lows for tonight. So normally we are in the upper 40s for this time of the season. You can see we'll be well below that normal value tonight. My forecast low in Ocala is 27 degrees, Gainesville also 27, 30 in Palm Coast, 35 degrees in Daytona Beach, 36 in Orlando, and then Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, as well as Melbourne, you all will be in the lower 40s, still staying above freezing, but any light wind will make things feel much colder. And talking about the winds, the wind chills, what it feels like on the skin. So as we go through the overnight, playing this model, we're looking at those wind chill temperatures feeling like the middle 20s in many locations. So that includes the Villages, Palm Coast, Leesburg, upper 20s in Orlando, 28 in Sanford and New Smyrna Beach. And even though temperatures are expected to remain above freezing in Brevard County, it is going to feel like the upper 30s in Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, and Melbourne. So now is a good time, if you haven't already, cover up your plants. If you left them covered since Friday's morning chill, leave them covered. A lot of plants are still dormant, but if you have any tropical plants or any potted plants, bring them inside to protect them from the dangerous cold. Also, pipes may be an issue, especially for our northern counties. So if you live out in Marion County, you may want to cover up maybe spigots outside your pool pump, keep it running through the overnight hours just to keep that water flowing. That's a really good idea, because anytime the water freezes inside of those pipes, the water expands and it could cause a crack. And we all know that can be a very expensive mistake. And do not forget the pets. Very important. I always tell everyone, if you're cold, they're cold too. So as we take a look at your clouds and rain forecast, earlier today we saw some light showers, some drizzle pop up across central Florida. We are finished with the rain. For the rest of today, we're going to continue to see those clouds clear on out. Those winds will continue out of the northwest, and then that Arctic air moving into the region during the overnight hours. When we're talking about freeze and frost, this particular model, watching it go into play, we're looking at many locations dealing with a freeze. So that will be indicated by that deeper purple, but there'll be a few isolated spots dealing with a hard freeze. So as I mentioned before, parts of Marion County, Sumter counties, you'll have to keep that in mind, where those temperatures will stay below freezing at least between 4 to 6 hours, and that can certainly cause some issues outside. So talking about your temperature forecast and those freezing temperatures, Coleman, you will stay below freezing for several hours. Temperatures are expected to fall into the upper 20s at least by midnight, and those freezing temperatures will stick around through the 8, 9 o'clock hour. So it is going to stay very cold for a good bit of time. As we head over to Ocala, now, temperatures are expected to remain below freezing for several hours as well. We'll be in the lower 30s around midnight, and then in the upper 20s beginning at 4 a.m. So if you are heading out to work early, make sure you are bundling up. Thankfully, the kids will be out of school tomorrow. Tomorrow it is a holiday, a federal holiday, MLK Day, so at least you don't have to bundle them up sending them out to school. Sanford, it will also be very cold, temperatures falling into the lower 40s, then the upper 30s around 2 a.m. Again, this is tomorrow morning, and then staying in the 30s at least through 9 before things return into the 40s, or at least the lower 50s by lunch. Still going to be a very chilly day for you all. Now, Orlando, we're looking at those overnight temperatures falling into the lower 40s around midnight, staying in the lower 40s at least through 2 a.m. And then in the 30s we go, staying in the 30s at least through 9 a.m. Now, we won't be falling below freezing, but of course, when you factor in those light winds, it's going to feel very cold outside. As we head over to Lake County, Leesburg, temperatures falling into the upper 30s, staying in the upper 30s through 2, and then we'll be right in that middle 30 range as we go through the 9 o'clock hour, and we should be around 44 degrees, getting closer to the 10 o'clock hour. Daytona Beach, can't forget about our coastal communities here. You all will be in the 40s around midnight, upper 30s beginning at 2, and staying in the upper 30s at least through 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Don't get me wrong, we'll see plenty of sunshine tomorrow. The sun will be beaming, but it won't get warm at all. Notice as we head into your Monday afternoon, temperatures will be steady in the middle 50s. So it is going to be a very cold day for you all as well. So all in all, it is going to be a very chilly day across central Florida. And even though we'll be dealing with that Arctic air early tomorrow morning, where our temperatures will be in the 20s and 30s, daytime highs are expected to climb into the 50s across the region. And that's not going to be the only cold night we'll be dealing with. Tuesday morning will be rather chilly as well. I haven't seen any watches issued for Tuesday morning quite yet, but my forecast low Tuesday morning is 39 degrees in Orlando. And of course, over our northern counties, that includes Flagler as well as Marion counties, you all may be much colder than that. So it'll be another cold setup heading into Tuesday. Temperatures will rebound nicely into the middle 60s, and then it'll be a cold start or a chilly start Wednesday morning as well in the 40s. But look at this, we are back in the 70s. Thankfully, the cold weather doesn't stick around too long in central Florida, so it is going to feel like a nice spring-like day Wednesday with a high of 74. Heading into Thursday, rain chances are certainly possible. It'll be scattered. We'll see a high of 73, staying in the middle 70s on Friday. And look at this, heading into our Saturday, it is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures will be nice and mild, nearing 80 degrees. So even though it was a chilly day today, we are looking at warmer weather ahead. And of course, if you do not have our weather app or News 6 weather app, download it. It is free. We're always updating the latest weather information so you can plan your day accordingly. So I hope you all have a great day.